Hello everyone, my name is Braj Kishore Prajapati, pursuing BTech from Information Technology branch from the faculty of the Rustomjee Institute of Technology. In this video, we are going to cover a very much important topic in computer graphics known as two-dimension geometric transformation. Let's start with our topic. Before covering the topics, we are going to discuss what are the agendas we are going to discuss in this video. First, basic geometric transformation. First, we will discuss about the geometric transformation and what are the basic geometric transformation in the computer graphics that helps the object to shift from one position to another position. Second, we will discuss about the why do we need the geometric transformation. Third, we are going to discuss about the translation, then rotation, and at last we are going to discuss about scaling. Now let's start with our topics, basic geometric transformation. Now before this, let us suppose there is an object, and if we want to shift that object from one position to another position, then how we would shift that object, how we would shift the coordinates of that object. Here we need geometric transformation. Any changes in the orientation, shape and size are accomplished with geometric transformation that changes the coordinate descriptions of object. Means if we want to change the shape of the object or we want to change the size of the object, either we reduce the size or increase the size, we need some basic geometric transformation. The three basic geometric transformation are translation, rotation and scaling. Beside these three geometric transformation, there are other two transformations that are often applied to the object in computer graphics. They are reflection and shear. Why do we need geometric transformation? Now, if we look at the object, there are basically three different angles we look at the object. First, we look the front view of the object, we look the side view of the object, or we look the top view of the object. And these three different viewing object, three different angles of viewing object, we need some basic geometric transformation. If we want to change the size of the object, we need some mathematical operation. Now if we reduce the size of the object, then we need some mathematical operation to be applied on that object. The purpose of using computers for drawing is to provide the facility to users the object from different angles. Means the purpose of the computers to draw for drawing is to view the object from different angles and enlarging or reducing the scale, that is reducing the size or the shape of the object. There we need some basic geometric transformation, or we simply called as transformation. Now the first basic geometric transformation is translation. Now before getting into the definition of translation, think about what would be there in translation. Now suppose you want to shift an object from one position to another position along a straight line. Means if we want to shift the coordinates of the object along a straight line or reposition the object along a straight line, we need translation. And how we could do that? Now suppose this P is an object position, this is the object position. Now we have to shift this object from this point P to P dash, and this T is a distance vector. How much we shift this, shift the some P to P dash, shift some x, shift the object in some x direction and then in y direction, and we translate a two-dimensional point by adding translation distance vector tx comma ty. What is tx? Shifting the object in x direction, and what is ty? Shifting the object coordinate in y direction. And what are the new points we are getting? X dash and y dash. That is x dash, object x is shifted in the horizontal direction plus tx, and we got the new coordinates x horizontal coordinate x plus tx and y coordinate y plus ty. And this tx comma ty are called the translation distance pair, called translation vector or shift vector. So from this equation, what we get, if we want to shift the object from one position to another position, what we have to do, if we want to shift the object along a straight line, we have to shift the x coordinate and shift the y coordinate, and that distance pair is called tx comma ty. We call it as translation vector or shift vector. Now how we could represent this in matrix form? Now suppose t is an original vector x1 x2, and t is a shift vector or translation vector tx comma ty, and what is the transformed vector? Let it say p dash x dash 1 comma x dash 2. Then how we represent, then what is the matrix form of the translation equation? Is p dash equal p plus t. Now if we add this p to this translation vector t, then what we could get? X dash 1 equal x dash 1 plus tx, and x dash 2 equal x2 plus ty. Translation is a rigid body transformation, means it does not change the shape, it does not deform the body. If we want to shift the object from one position to another position, then the size of the body or the shape of the body remains same without a deformation. Object moves from one position to another position without deformation. Now we look for the second basic geometric transformation, that is rotation. A two-dimensional rotation is applied to an object by repositioning it along a circular path. Now if you rotate the object or we reposition the coordinates of the object along a circular path, what we do? We do the rotation. And to generate a rotation, we specify a rotation angle theta and the position vector xr comma yr of the rotation point or the pivot point about which the object is to be rotated. Means the object is rotated along angle theta with the position vector xr comma yr. Nothing. Now this p is the original position of the object, and after rotation by an angle theta, we get the new position p dash. The angular and the coordinate relationship of original and transformed point position. Now the object is placed at an angle phi with the horizontal direction, and its coordinate, let's say x comma y. After rotating the object, the coordinates become, let's say, x dash comma y dash, and r is the constant distance from the origin, or we can say this is the radius of the circle. If we are repositioning the object along a circular path, then r is the radius, and phi is the original angular position, and theta is the rotation angle. The original coordinates in circle, if we locate the position in terms of r and angle, then what we are getting? X equal r cos phi and y equal r sin phi. This we have studied in our class 12th also. X equal r cos phi and y equal r sin phi. And using some standard geometric identities, we can express this x dash comma y dash in terms of r, phi and theta. So x dash equal r, this angle phi plus theta. So x dash equal r cos phi plus theta. By using the cos a plus b formula, what we get? R cos phi cos theta minus r sin phi sin theta. And in the similar way we can generate this y dash as y coordinate r sin phi plus theta, and by applying the sin a plus b formula, what we get? R cos phi sin theta plus r cos phi cos theta, r sin phi cos theta. And after substituting this r cos phi value as x and r sin phi value as y, then we get the formula x dash equal x cos theta minus y sin theta, and y dash equal x sin theta plus y cos theta. In the similar way we can write this equation in the matrix form. Then how we can write? P dash equal r dot product p, means p dash the new position of the object we get by multiplying the original position by r vector, that is rotating vector r. And what is that rotating vector? Cos theta minus sin cos theta minus sin theta cos theta. Now when the coordinate position are represented as row vector, these in the previous slide what we have, this we are rotating, that this we are coordinate position are represented as row vector instead of column vector. Now suppose we are representing this vector as a column vector, then the matrix product in rotation above equation is transpose. When we have learned the matrix, and if we want to convert the row into column vector, then what we do? We just transpose that matrix. Then when coordinate position are represented as row vector instead of column vector, what we do? We transpose in both sides, in LHS as well as in RHS, and R dot P transpose. Remember the formula A dot B transpose, we get B transpose dot A transpose. In the similar way we get P dash transpose equal P transpose dot R transpose, where P transpose is a column vector such as xy. Instead of, this is not a row vector, this is column vector, and the transpose R transpose of matrix R is obtained by interchanging the rows and columns of that rotation vector. Now instead of the origin, now before this figure what we are getting, this arbitrary point is as origin, but now instead of origin the arbitrary pivot point is already xr comma yr. Then the new transformed position we get x dash equal initial position plus this x minus xr cos theta minus y yr sin theta. In the similar way we get y dash equal x minus x dash sin theta and y minus yr cos theta. Note, as with the translation, rotation are also the rigid body transformation, where move object without deformation. If we rotate an object, then there is no need to deform that object, that is, there is no need to change the shape of the object or the size of the object. Every point on an object is rotated through the same angle. Every point. If we look at this top of the object, this is also rotated with the same angle, and if we see the middle part, that is also rotated with the same angle, and if we look at the bottom part, that is also rotated with the same angle. That is, after rotating the object does not deform. Now comes to our last topic, that is scaling. Now, before coming to the definition, let's think about what is scaling. Scaling is, if we want to reduce the size of the object, if we want to increase the size of the object, then what we should do? We can scale that object. A scaling transformation alters the size of an object. This makes the object either smaller or bigger based on their scaling factor. This operation can be carried out for polygons. This operation mainly they mainly done on polygons by multiplying the coordinate value x comma y of each vertex by scaling factor. This scaling factor x as x and as y to produce a transformed coordinate x dash comma y dash. And what is it equation? X dash equal just multiplying the coordinate, multiplying the scaling factors with the original position of the object. X dash equal x into sx and y dash equal y into sy. Now look at some important points of the scaling. Scaling factor Sx scales the object in the x direction, while this Sx scaling factor Sx scales the object only in the x direction, while Sy scales only in the y direction. The transformation equation can also be written in the matrix form. As we have previously seen, the translation can be represented in the matrix form, as well as rotation is also represented in the matrix form. In the similar way, we can write this and this also in the matrix form. Now suppose we have original position p vector as xy and scaling factor sx 0 0 sy. Then we get p dash as x dash comma y dash, and this what we are doing in the previous equation. We are just multiplying the scaling factor with the original position, so that's why the matrix equation is also we multiplying the original position with the scaling factor. In this we are generating three cases. If the scaling factor, this scaling factor is greater than 1, as well as this scaling factor sy is greater than 1, then it means that the resultant object will be increased object. That if sx greater than 1 and sy greater than 1, then it increase the size of the object. And in case 2, if sx less than y1 and sy also less than 1, then reduces the size of the object. And in case 3, this if this does not happen, means if sx equal 1 and sy equal 1, then it does not change the size of the object. The object remains the same size. Now look at the very important case in the scaling geometric transformation. When sx and sy are assigned the same value, then we call it as uniform scaling. And if sx and sy result in the different values, let us suppose sx equal 2 and sy equal 1. Unequal values for the sx and sy result in differential scaling that is often used in design application. Now if sx equal 2 and sy equal 1, now initial this figure is square, and after scaling transformation we are getting it as rectangle because the scaling factors are not same. The scaling factors sx equal 2 and sy equal 1. That's why this square turns into a rectangle. Now this is all about this video. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and very soon I will be covering the few more topics in the geometric transformation. One the most important topic that I will be cover in the next videos would be the matrix representation and the homogeneous coordinates and the composite transformation. This is also a very important topic, and I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you.